Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Points of Articulation. My name's Dave and if you're new to the channel, welcome everybody. Today we are going to be taking a look at my entire Hot Wheels Star Wars collection as of late 2019 or early 2020. First of all, I would like to thank my good friends Doug and Tyler for assisting me in the filming and editing process. So Hot Wheels Starships have quickly become one of my favorite collections of all time, and I'm not alone. Between reading the various viewer comments, checking out the Facebook groups, and even personal fan interactions, I can see how this brand is for the most part generally appreciated for their unique molds and decent paint applications. The line has also evolved over time to become more collector friendly, especially in the new translucent stands. Remember the old ones that you would put your finger in to fly around like a kid? Well, the new ones, in my opinion, are much better for display. This line encompasses starships and vehicles from every film and show from the Star Wars universe, including but not limited to the original trilogy, the prequels, Rebels, Resistance, The Mandalorian, and the Disney trilogy. These movies fill us with wonder and excitement as we escape the reality of our real world to visit these films filled with aliens, people in armor, and of course vehicles. And the Hot Wheels Starships collection has done a magnificent job in bringing some of our favorite ships to life in a 3-inch diecast form. So sit back and enjoy as we go through every ship and playset in my collection. So, starting off, we have around 113 ships that are unique molds or paint variations, and here we have the ship from The Mandalorian, the Razor Crest, the Republic Attack Cruiser, which is one of my favorites, and I really do love these ships. For the most part, the standard starship size is around 3 inches, and generally the ships do size well together. There's Yoda's Jedi Starfighter, here we have a First Order TIE Fighter, and of course the Resistance Y-Wing. Moving on, we have some other ships like the TIE Interceptor, the Millennium Falcon, some great stuff here. Moving on, Home 1, Giant Turd. Moving on, we have the Imperial Shuttle, the gold-plated ships, the Resistance A-Wing, and some of these ships are just great. I decided to go with this route, showing each one in a row, because I just have too many to go through my collection like I used to. Here we have the Droid Fighter, very nice, TIE Bomber, Jabba's Sail Barge, some great stuff. Here we have the Sith Infiltrator, looking good. Here we have these ships, which are all silver, that make the build the Death Star such a great wave in my opinion. And there she is, look at that thing wobbling, it's so big and bulbous. And then we have some of the concept ships, a piece of what could have been, and I love that line very much. Some vessels from Resistance with the Fireball there, looking good with the Falcon, some more X-Wings. And then we have General Grievous's wheel bike, and a lot of ground vessels. And I love these ships quite a bit. Really unique, and they all stand out in the collection. Here's a bunch of walkers. We have the ATSTs, ATATs, or AT-ATs, whatever you want to call them, and ski speeders. And here we have a bunch of other speeders. Looking very nice, another ATST, and a concept version of Luke's land speeder. Moving on to the playsets, I was always against getting these, but the one that sold me was the Death Star Attack set, which you see before you. It has a hard plastic backdrop and a hard plastic base complete with core. The diorama also features a movable ship rod, detachable blast effects, and finally 2 detachable laser effects for the Falcon. And speaking of the Falcon, this features an exclusive damaged Millennium Falcon diecast version from the Return of the Jedi. Next, we can see the Star Destroyer Assault playset, which is very large. This set, besides looking cool, features a couple exploding TIE Fighter models, various pegs to display them, a unique ship display rod, and an exclusive open wing X-Wing Red 3. The pegs the set comes with are cool because you can place them wherever you would like on your diorama, making it a custom piece that you can design. Moving on, we can take a nice close-up look at the set and see all those fine details. It really does have some great details, panel lines, and so on and so forth. I have to admit, I do love the hard plastic backdrop with that Y-Wing. For the X-Wing, you do get 2 laser effects which can easily be removed or placed as you wish on any other laser cannon, so that's really nice. For the set stand, This baby features 3 joints to get the ship into great positions, as well as a rotating peg port to get some dynamic poses. For this set's exclusive vessel, we have the X-Wing Red 3 with open wings. This vessel is the same one we have seen time and time again, but with a unique paint job. Now, one of the coolest aspects of this set is that it comes with exploding TIE fighters, and here we can see the first one with some nice details, and I love the translucent explosion with the fire. Here we have a second one. This one is one of my favorites. You can actually see the laser cannons on the front of the TIE fighter. Really cool stuff. For the third one, we just have a couple pieces of wing. You can see all the nice shapes of the explosion. Really interesting stuff, and I'm glad they gave us these. And this one really stands out because it's vertical, and I love this bad boy with the cockpit in the center and the 2 wings exploding outwards. Very nice. Then we have an exploding cockpit, complete with window and then aft section. Looking good. And finally, we have this little piece, which just looks like little pieces of wings. After that, we have the TIE Fighter Blast Out set. Now, unlike the previous 2, which seemed to be more of a diorama configuration, this set is more designed for play, with its destructible environment pieces and fire and finger stand. Not going to lie, the concept is a nice one, depicting when Poe and Finn escape the Star Destroyer in The Force Awakens. As you can see, it comes with a unique stand that can fire a projectile to blow away targets. It's not really working for me here, even at point blank range. Pew! The final playset I have at this time is the Hoth Echo Base Battle Set. Now, this set is more geared towards play rather than display. This set features an exclusive Luke Skywalker snowspeeder, which is the main reason I purchased it. It is the same mold as the other Hot Wheels snowspeeders, but with a new paint job. This set also features a neat gimmick where the snowspeeder can spin around like a Loopin' Louie game and take out enemies of the Rebellion. And that concludes my standard Hot Wheels Starships line. So let's take a quick look at some of my other items I have. Next, we have the Hot Wheels Elite series of ships. I currently only own 2, the Red 5 X-Wing and the Imperial TIE Fighter, which are both fantastic. These are more geared towards adult collectors, with opening cockpits, exquisite paint applications, and extremely detailed molds. If you can get your hands on one of these, I greatly recommend it. Moving on, we have the Hot Wheels Star Wars Battle Rollers. These little die-cast miniatures are designed to roll around on tracks or any surface and smash into each other. As you can tell, I do not own many of these, but I will say this, I do enjoy the cartoonish designs on some of the models, and I do not think these little guys get as much respect as they should. It may not be everybody's cup of tea, but they do deserve a look. Finally, we have 2 ships that were donated to the channel. At the moment, I don't have the heart to open them up because they do mean a lot to me, but maybe one day I will crack them open and review them for all of you. Now, these ships are the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Kylo Ren's TIE Silencer and the beautifully painted Millennium Falcon, which funny enough says for adults right on the package. Now, the individual who donated these wished to be anonymous, but again, to that person, thank you so much. These ships are amazing, I will always cherish them. So that just about does it for this year's Hot Wheels Star Wars Starships collection video, but before we go, why not a top 11 of my favorite ships in the collection? Number 11, the Republic gunship with the Arc paint scheme. I love the Clone Wars and the paint application here is amazing. Number 10, the ATTE. This Clone Wars era walker is such a great design in my opinion, and I am happy Hot Wheels made it, with movable legs and a rotating turret. It's a win. Number 9, we have the Concept Star Destroyer by Colin Cantwell, a piece of history. It's a taste of what could have been, and I love the fact that Hot Wheels took this route and gave us some of these awesome ships. Number 8, we have Yoda's Jedi Starfighter. This was a fan donation and one of my favorite ships in the line. It has a unique design and even features R2-D2. Number 7, we have the Republic Attack Cruiser or the Venator. Hands down, one of my favorite capital ships in all of Star Wars. I love the arrowhead design and the paint applications. Number 6, we have the TIE Silencer. I may not care for The Last Jedi much, but the design teams did an amazing job with this fighter. I love the details on the body as well as those wings. This ship was designed for Kylo Ren, and it sure looks like a predatory vessel worthy of its pilot. Number 5, we have the TIE Interceptor. This interceptor is one I enjoy very much with its great color scheme and beautiful mold. I recommend this vessel to anyone who is a fan of the Return of the Jedi or the Imperial Navy. Number 4, we have the Rebel U-Wing Fighter. For the longest time in the collection, this was my number 2 ship in the line, and for good reasons. It has excellent details on the mold, a clean paint job, and movable wings. Number 3, we have the Rebels A-Wing. The Phoenix Squadron A-Wing was based on Ralph McQuarrie's designs for the A-Wing, and I love it. This precursor to the Rebellion's A-Wing features a wider body with a nice mold and a neat paint job. Number 2, we have the Razor Crest. The Mandalorian may not be everyone's cup of tea, but I personally really love the show. One of the best parts of the show is the Razor Crest, the Mandalorian's vessel. This ship features a very unique color scheme and a nicely detailed body. Have to love those big engines too. To all of those who have been watching my channel since the beginning, this should be no surprise that the number 1 Hot Wheels ship in my collection is still the Imperial Shuttle. I really enjoy this ship. To me, it is very elegant looking with a neat paint application, and its wings are able to fold down. How cool is that? And now, I just didn't stop at my top 11. We have to have the Golden Turd Award for the worst Hot Wheels Starship in my opinion. And here we go. Let's get a drum roll. And it goes to the Mon Cal Cruiser. I always pick on this ship. I despise it. Now, I have to take a step back here and say for a moment that in Return of the Jedi, I loved the Mon Cal Cruisers. I know a lot of people always comment on my videos saying how could I hate the Mon Cals, and I don't. I love Home 1. I love the Liberty and all the other ships that come after it in the expanded universe. But I want you to take a look at this photo. This is Home 1. Well, it's supposed to be an MC-80 cruiser, and there's hardly any details on here. It's one solid log. We can see some engines in the aft section. Paint-wise, it's one solid color of molded plastic with 2 swipes of these details, which, you know, could be good, but you can see it looks like you took a high, or I should say low resolution picture and just spread it up. You can see like little pixels all over the damn thing, and this thing looks like a turd. What do you think, Doug?
Came right out of the toilet bowl.
Right out of the toilet bowl. You heard it from somebody that isn't even a real Star Wars fan, just looking at that damn thing. In the words of Forrest Gump, I guess that's all I have to say about that. Do you agree with my choices? What are your favorites? What are your least favorites? Let me know in the comments below before the FTC takes my comments away. So that does it today for my late 2019, early 2020 Hot Wheels Star Wars Starships collection video. This line may not be perfect, but it definitely has some great looking pieces for all Star Wars fans. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button. And if you would like to see new videos every Thursday, subscribe and become part of my armada. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye everybody! So, do you agree with my choices? What are your favorites? What are your least favorites? Let me know in the comments below before the FTC takes the comments away.